Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about tarot and inclusion. You know, like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's a beautiful deck. Many of the decks we see out today are inspired by that. Arthur Edward Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith created one of the most fascinating and gorgeous decks to ever exist. It's the reason we love tarot so much. It's what began it, really. I mean, technically, if you want to think about it, I believe it was like 14th century, way back hundreds of years ago when the original tarot deck came out. I think it was Italian. It was the Solabusca, if I remember correctly. And there's the Marseille that came out in the 1800s, but the illustrations and everything of the Rider-Waite-Smith are the ones that we know the most. Now, this book came into my hands just a few days ago. It's fascinating. What it is an anthology of from, I believe it's 10 different tarot readers out there. The ones that think like us, the ones that love tarot as much as us, and the ones that can they're part of that pride community, they're part of the queer community, and that's what this book is for. And I am loving it. I'm nowhere near done with this book by all means. I think I'm like 4 or 5 stories in, but that's one of the best things about it. It's the fact that it's not just a continuous story like a lot of stories are, a lot of books are, and it's not necessarily like teaching you about tarot. There's different aspects and everything, different perspectives, and that's what this book is about. It's the different perspectives that other tarot readers out there have, this love for tarot and the love of being true to who they are. And that's what I want to make this video about, connecting with all of you, connecting with everyone. We're all similar, but we're all different as well. So it's time we take pride in that. It's time to stop letting people just fill us with doubt, make us think that we aren't good enough. If you think differently, if you love differently, be true to that. Don't let someone tell you that you can't. These people that say, oh, well, you're not going to heaven if you're not, following the Bible, if it's not man and woman. If those are the people that are in heaven, then by all means enjoy heaven. I'm going to have a lot more fun in hell. That's how I feel about it, really. But I'm not here to talk religion or anything like that. I'm here to share this book with you and show you how amazing it is. Like I said, I'm only a few stories in so far, but it's different perspective, different opinions. And I'll just read you what it says on the back here since it's so hard to see it. It says, this must-have anthology presents a collection of alternative approaches to reading the tarot for those looking to gain new and deeper insight, especially for marginalized folks who don't see themselves reflected in the traditional presentations of the tarot. Cassandra Snow's groundbreaking book, Queering the Tarot, helped change the shape of tarot discourse for scores of new readers to reclaim this ancient practice in their own ways. Tarot, in other words, opens doors for these brilliant tarotists, offering unique insights and concepts for tarot readers at all levels. The anthology, presented in 2 parts, Finding Ourselves in the Tarot and Finding the Tarot in Ourselves, compromises 10 essays that shine a light on the tarot from multiple queer perspectives. Understanding queerness and why it matters in tarot can teach us all so much about not just gender and sexuality, but also how and why we should liberate ourselves in the first place. These essays on queerness show us that who we are is right, beautiful, and sacred. Tarot, in other words, is a necessary and overdue addition to the tarot canon that allows a number of queer voices to come together to share their tarot views and help fledgling and intermediate tarot readers discover their own voice in the process. So that's the back of the book, and that's it's empowering, it's insightful, it's uplifting. It shows that, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you believe or what you think, you are enough, and you can absolutely read the tarot too. Now, what I'd also like to share in this video is different decks that I feel connect to that tarot for inclusion. I started out, I talked about how, like the Rider-Waite-Smith, that's the white man, the white woman, their happy family with the 10 of cups and all of that. And a lot of decks out there are like that. But there are a lot of decks out there that aren't. So I'm going to do one at a time. I think I have 6 to share with you. And 6th month, June is Pride month, so it just seemed kind of fitting to do 6 decks. So let's start with my newest and my favorite one that I think is so perfect. I cannot wait to share this deck with others, not just for my own collection and everything, but to get it out there. I'm doing a couple different Pride festivals this year, and I'm so excited to be part of that. And this deck, Tarot Disassembled by Jennifer Cooper Stidley, is one of the best decks. Just look at the colors and everything on the box. It matches so perfectly with that, and it's so inclusive. This is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. I did an unboxing video of this just a couple weeks ago, so you might have seen that. If not, go back to my videos and watch it. you can see there, like, let's just take this card. This card is the Magician, but you don't see the character. You don't see the guy standing there up against the wall or the cliff or whatever he's standing with. You don't see him faking it till he makes it. You can see yourself in this. You see the symbols that all connect with it. You know, if you're emotionally fulfilled by this, go for it. You've done things before and you had those ideas. Think of it as the Arboros, you know, taking that next chapter, doing it again and again, not being afraid to begin. The wand right here, that wand shows that passion that's within you. That sword shows that logic, and the table down here, even the table shows like using the surface that you have, using the ideas you have and going for it. That rose shows the beauty and passion as well. The lily shows those new beginnings and everything, purity and innocence, your ideas taking ground. And the green background, even that green background says something. You know, stay grounded, stay focused, appreciate this moment on earth, this place that you are in your life, and go after your dreams. Don't be afraid. That Magician is within you. Like every single one of these cards, so flip through it really quickly. You see there's no people at all. It's telling you to put yourself in that position, you know, be that soldier, be that knight that follows their heart. Be the queen that lets their heart lead and has compassion and kindness for others. Leave behind what no longer fulfills you. You know, when you feel overwhelmed, ask for help if you need it. Every single one of these is so just beautifully done and so perfect for inclusion. Like if you're looking for that deck that you want to see yourself in, that you want to relate to, this one, I cannot recommend it enough because that's exactly what it does. It tells you to don those clothes. Put them on and be who you want to be. Be that emperor. Sit yourself in that throne and be able to just believe in your ideas. There's the Aries symbol and everything. Take that passion and let it lead. Every single one of these. Like I can just keep going on and on about it. You've got all the different illustrations and everything. You've got those bright, brilliant, vivid colors. Like there's the Ten of Cups. I talked about that a moment ago. With that happy family, you know, most of the illustrations show the mother, father, son, and daughter. That's one aspect of that. My personal happy family is my husband and our cat. That is my happy family. It's whoever makes you feel whole and complete. That's what a happy family is. Like even the devil is such a beautiful illustration. And it has that Aries symbol too, which is, well, no, it's not Aries. It's Capricorn, which is half goat, and it's like a ram. So there we go. The Tower, the King of Pentacles. The King of Swords has two crows, so that's really cool. But you notice every single one of these illustrations, there's no person to be seen. It absolutely is just take those symbols. Think about it, reflect on it, decide what you want those symbols to mean for you, how you can see yourself in these different illustrations. Inclusion? Absolutely, 100%. This deck is absolutely perfect for that. Hanged Man, interesting, I have it upside down, but the Hanged Man right there, that's one of the only cards, I think the World has it too, which actually has like a stick figure or something on there. So you know, you're a person. You're absolutely a person. Whether you believe in things that other people believe in, whether you love the same things that other people love or the people that other people love, you're still, you know, you're one of us. It doesn't matter if you think differently. Differently is beautiful. Every single one of these cards are beautiful. And this is the mass market version of it. So this is absolutely totally you can purchase it for your own collection if you want that inclusion idea. You've got all those illustrations, the sides, that yellow side. I don't even like the color yellow, to be honest with you, but that yellow side, it's like vibrant, it's joy, it's enthusiasm, it's the sun shining, you know. Embrace that sun, embrace who you are, and just create the life that you want. Feel included because you are true to who you are. Okay, that is the Tarot Disassembled guidebook. I'll show the guidebook really fast. I did a video on that as well, of the guidebook and everything. I did a whole reading with it, but that guidebook, so worth the extra money because it's sold separately. But it shows all the different meanings of the symbology and everything that you have with the deck itself. So awesome deck. Highly, highly recommend the Tarot Disassembled if you're looking for that deck for inclusion to see yourself in. Now next up, I have a very, very popular, still mass market, awesome deck that we all know and love. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Kim Krans. Now, Wild Unknown has been around for a couple years now, probably at least a decade, I'm not sure. And it's just, any animal deck for that matter is inclusive, because you know, you can't see man, woman, or anything like that. But I thought the Wild Unknown was really fitting, because I love the different perspectives on these cards and the different illustrations, because it's like nothing else. The book, I think they make one that's like in a tin and smaller, but I have the I think that's the original. But here are the back of the cards. Very simple, very snake-like scales on the back, and you've got the deck right here, and each of these cards, dark yet beautiful. A lot of illustrations have that pride energy with the rainbow and everything that says, you know, after the, and the rainbow only shines. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at, is the rainbow. You know, you only see that after the rain, when the sun starts peeking out, when you get past that sadness and you start just believing in that possibility and that hope. And that's what I love about this deck. It's so different than anything else. I've obviously got many reverse things, you know, many doubt in my head and everything like that. So let's flip it around and see if that works. But you've got that one, and like the High Priestess in the deck is absolutely beautiful. Every single one of these illustrations is absolutely beautiful. And it's so simple, it's so subtle, and it's so just unique in its own way. I highly, like, if you're looking for that inclusive deck, like there, take the Two of Cups, for example. There's no man or woman in the illustrations. It's two roses. It's two cups showing those two individuals, those two souls coming together, no matter who they are, what they look like, or what they believe. Emperor right there is a tree. The Ace of Cups is a cup. The Nine of Cups is a bunch of cups. Kind of Marseille style in some of these that I'm not a huge fan of, but still, like, the star, like, look at just the color of the star. It reminds you that you are the star. The Fool is a little chick. The sun is the bright, beautiful sun. Every single one of these illustrations just is so empowering and so inclusive, yet still dark and everything as well, which is just right up my alley. I don't know, it might be up your alley too. I love, this is probably my favorite illustration in this deck, the Eight of Wands. It's what called me to this deck in the first place when I first saw it. I think I traded readings with somebody, and that was one of the cards that came up for me. You know, your passion taking forth, feeling like all those calls and everything coming to you and getting a little bit overwhelmed by it, and you've got that one streak, that one passion, that one idea that just kind of flowed in and exploded from that. Got every, like the Ten of Swords, very chaotic and everything, wanting to give up. The Tower is that tree, that Emperor that seems to have gotten struck and you have to start again. The Nine of Swords, definitely some kind of anxiety and things that will keep you awake at night. Ooh, about that. Two of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, like that connection there. Like this, I wouldn't say this is a deck for beginners at all. Not like the Tarot Disassembled. That deck I definitely would recommend for any beginner, like, because you have all those symbology and everything, and you're going to just be able to read anything after you connect with that and see those symbols in every day. The Son of Cups, which corresponds to the Knight of Cups. I love that color that just seems to pop out. The little pops of color in this deck, I think, is what really makes them stand out. Like, just check out that Ace of Swords with the snake around it and everything. It's a beautiful deck. As I said, not necessarily for beginners at all, but, you know, to each their own. If you want to start reading this deck, it comes with that awesome guidebook, and you're willing to learn, then it's absolutely a deck for beginners. You can do it. The Marseille style, think about the Marseille styles that had like 5 cups, and you said that was the 5 of cups. And, you know, those people learn that. They started with that. So this deck can absolutely start your tarot readings. Like, if the black and white with the just pop of colors on it call to you, then it's definitely a deck I would recommend. I mean, I wouldn't be sharing it if I didn't recommend it. These are, of course, my own opinion for tarot decks for inclusion. So, you know, if you don't like the decks I choose or you have different opinions, that's the beauty of life, you know? We all have different opinions, different things that we enjoy. And Tarot, Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Collins is definitely a deck that I'd recommend for inclusion, because there's no people in it. No people whatsoever, and that's what makes it beautiful. Okay, next up, I have a deck that is not mass market. I'm not even honestly sure that it's still available, but, you know, as an outsider, as a member of the people that just don't fit in with society, it's a deck that I absolutely love, and it's so cool. It's the Outsider Tarot by Bobby Abate. I'm not sure if it's Abate or Abbott, Abate, you know, never been great with pronunciation, but Outsider Tarot nonetheless. And the Outsider Tarot guidebook. Beautiful illustrations and everything. You've got his different sketches in this book, and you have like the meanings, plus why this man decided that he wanted to create this deck. And I've got to share this deck with you. It's I got it Kickstarter a couple years ago, and I just absolutely love it. It's so weird, and it kind of embraces that inclusion and that just proud to be an outsider, to think differently. You know, I just want to keep putting that out there. Like, if you're struggling, if people are telling you that you're you're evil and things like that just because of who you love or what you think, screw them. Don't let those people bring you down. This is 2025, and we need to be full of compassion. We need to be full of love for each other. In all honesty, you've seen those videos. You know, like, aliens are out there now. What happens, really, if we're all still fighting amongst each other and the aliens decide that they want to come down and take over the world? Are we going to be able to come together? Are we going to be able to stand together? Or are we just going to let them have it because we can't stop fighting with people and can't stop just telling somebody they're not good enough? You know, as a tarot card reader, as a tarot practitioner, I get told that all the time, you know, going, reading cards, telling fortunes. I don't actually tell the future. I, you know, can give you an idea. Beside the point, but those people see that I'm a fortune teller. It's making, like, they're telling me that I'm going to hell just because I do that, because it goes against the Bible. It's just, in my head, it's wrong. You know, Jesus was about love. Jesus was about loving everyone, including everyone, and we should be the same. Okay, rant over. Back of cards, beautiful, beautiful, random weirdness, outsiderism, and that's why I love this deck. It's the Outsider Tarot. Like, there's the Four of Roses. Roses, I believe, correspond to Pentacles. Another awesome thing about this deck, the box. There, you never have to ask. Element of earth replaces coins. Eyes are the element of air. Lights are the element of fire. And bottles are the element of cups. So, yeah. So you have all that information right in that box right there. So if you take this deck out and you want to read with it, you have all that information. Even the elementals right there. You've got the different, like, pages, knights, queens, and kings. The sparks are the pages. The billows are the knights. The fathoms right there are the queens, and the roots are the kings. So you have all that information, so you can read this deck confidently, plus that guidebook if you need it. There is the Four of Roses, the Six of Eyes. Like, just look how much fun and weird this deck is. Like, there is nothing else out there like it. I probably have an unboxing video of this deck too, because I love making those videos, but you can see them right here. The Major Arcana, kind of similar to that of the Tarot Disassembled, where it's putting yourself in the shoes, you know, donning that top hat, donning that magician power, taking that passion and letting it grow and learning as you go. It's right there in that illustration. The boss right there is the Emperor. So you have the energy there of that strong foundation. No, you're building it. You're building what you want. 10 of Roses right there will be the 10 of Pentacles. And there's the cat, you know, the family, generations coming together, enjoying life. 10 of Eyes is the wanting to give up. And I love this illustration because there's a song by Asking Alexandria called Vultures, and it's like, the reason you feel so overwhelmed you want to give up and throw in the towel are all those eyes on you. All those people with opinions and everything that make you want to give up. Strength is right there, and it's like fighting those inner demons and that ocean of emotion, just finding that strength. Death is an interesting illustration, and it kind of reminds you to cut the doubt out, cut the anxiety out, and just believe in yourself. 5 of Lights and the 5 of Wands. You see all those different people that aren't or not people, but all those different lights, all those different passions and everything. They're just unplugged and focusing on their own goals. The Root of Lights is right here. The Billow of Lights. I don't know why so many cards in my decks are reversed, you know. Reversals have their own meanings. It's like it's trying to tell me something. There is the 8 of Roses, that hard work and effort to go into your creative endeavors to find success with it. The Root of Roses, the King of Pentacles. 6 of Roses, the 6 of Pentacles, or the sharing is caring. The Fathom, I like how the Fathom of Bottles, you know, this is the Queen. Is that the Queen that we talked about? Refer back to the box right there. And yes, Fathoms is down there, and it's the Queen. So I like this illustration for the sense that, you know, when the Queen of Cups is the mother of the tarot. She's the one astrologically connected to Cancer, and Cancers are the mother of the zodiac, focusing their energy on making sure everybody else is happy. So they're only half fulfilled because they're not focusing on their own happiness. There is the 5 of Bottles, which shows that focusing on what's been lost. The Wheel is simply the wheel, and it reminds us, you know, we can focus on what brings us joy when we learn from the things of our past and spin that wheel. The 9 of Eyes will be the 9 of Swords. 7 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Love this illustration of the Spark of Roses, or the Page of Pentacles. You know, you want to create that success. You want to find roses and bring beauty into your life and feel grounded and focused in the process. Learn everything that you can. Cleric replaces the Hierophant in this deck. There is the devil, and again, love this illustration because it's all those distractions and everything that hold us prisoner. Ace of Lights, there is a light bulb, and it's that new idea coming out, that passion that can take you far. Seven of Roses is that having patience as you work towards achieving your goals. Ghost car is the Chariot, and it kind of reminds you that, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a car or anything that you actually drive. It's that passion and it's that fuel within you to take control, be kind and compassionate to yourself, and drive yourself to where you want to be. Billow of Eyes right there is that Knight of Swords. The Tower are these two woodpeckers, you know, taking control, destroying that, and just making their goals a reality. Destroying what they knew so they can make what they want. But Root of Bottles, it seems like in control and everything. And if you look right here, he's got that Scorpio symbol reminding us that this is connected to Scorpio, the King of Cups. The Spark of Bottles, he's in his cup, or his bottle, and he knows what he wants, but it's like he's sleeping. He's still thinking about what he wants. There is the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Runaways replaces Gemini. It's like your love is different. People don't believe in it. Go for it. Run away from those thoughts and everything. Maybe not physically, but metaphorically. And just let that love and passion take root. Love yourself first above all. There is the Three of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Wands. As I go through this deck, I'm just reminded of how much I love the illustrations on each. That world, the potential that is in that world. The Witch, the High Priestess of the Tarot is the Witch of the Tarot as well. That book. The book that I showed you in the beginning, oops, I hit my table. The book I showed you in the beginning, there's a story in it just about that. That High Priestess energy is the witch, you know? Dare to be different, dare to be weird. There is the Fool, so simple yet so just insightful at the same time. Provider is the Empress right here. We've got Two of Eyes, which is the Two of Swords. The Fathom of Eyes is the Queen of Swords, you know, on top of all those ideas and all those tears and everything and taking control. The Moon is next. You've got that illustration right there. The Star, the Five of Eyes, or the Five of Swords. The Billow of Bottles is the Britney Spears, it seems, you know, Genie in a Bottle, which is technically Christina Aguilera, but that just reminds me of Britney Spears. Ace of Swords, you've got Hanged as the Hanged Man, and you see right there, there's no person in there. It's you having that patience to think of a new perspective and a new idea. The Root of Eyes is the King of Swords. Very interesting cloud and everything there. The Spark of Eyes, or the Page of Swords, looks like an Oompa Loompa from Willy Wonka. The Ten of Bottles, or the Ten of Cups. Interesting perspective right here with the Ten of Cups. I've talked about this. You know, the happy family, the mother, father, son, and daughter that you see in the Rider-Waite-Smith and so many other decks. The Ten of Bottles or the Ten of Cups right here is one woman. You know, drowning her sorrows and everything. As somber and depressing as this illustration is, and the Ten of Cups relating to the third decan of Pisces, those emotions can overwhelm us. This is an illustration you don't see in many other, I don't know of any other deck that you'd see this perspective of the Ten of Bottles or the Ten of Cups, but that Pisces energy, I'm just going to use the example we all know, and I think this is the correct birthday. Lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington, was the third decan Pisces. His emotions overwhelmed him and he gave up. You know, the bottle didn't help anymore, and just you couldn't, those feelings and emotions just pulled him under. So this is one perspective of the Ten of Cups that you don't usually see, and one perspective that I absolutely adore. Assessment 20 is Judgment. Four of Bottles, or the Four of Cups. You know, everybody else's just ideas and emotions, all those different bottles, they've left yours empty. You need to focus on appreciating that strong foundation so that you can create a life that you love. There is Temperance, and I love that illustration, you know, bringing that rainbow to reality. Seven of Bottles is the card of choices in that beautiful illustration. Eight of Cups right there. Just so many just different ideas and different perspectives here, just like that book that we began with. It's different perspectives and different ideas that make life so interesting, that make it so enjoyable. There's the Four of Wands, there's the Fathom of Lights, or the Queen of Wands, and here's two different, I held these back so I can show you, but the two different illustrations of the Two of Cups, you know, man and woman right there, man and man right there. It doesn't matter. I don't believe it does. You know, it's, again, 2025. Be true to you. Follow what makes your heart sing. This is your life, your story, and you deserve to focus on growing your ideas of what you want your life to be. Nine of Wands is right there. The Sun, reminding you like joy and happiness, childhood, embracing that inner child and finding that day in the sun. Billow of Bottles is right there. The Three of Cups is right here, and that, I believe, is Rachel Pollack, and I think that's so awesome that he included her in this deck. She is such a light in the community of tarot, even if she's no longer with us. Her spirit is, her energy is, her love for what she did is. Four of Swords right there, followed by the Two of Wands. Make the choice to follow what you are passionate about, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Set this deck aside now. You've got it. If it is available for purchase, I will let you know. I know I saw on social media that he was running low on copies of this deck because, like I said, it was a Kickstarter. So it's very, very indie. It is not mass market. This one, on the other hand, is mass market. It is the Healing Light Tarot, and it's my first ever deck. I love this deck. It's inclusive. It's made by a man. He's part of the queer community. Christopher Butler. I believe he lives in England. And it's just like his heart and passion went into this deck. And it's one of the most beautiful decks I've ever seen. I love it. I love this deck. Like I said, it's my first deck. I went on Amazon when the voice in my head and my best friend told me I should start reading tarot cards. Yes, that's how it started. I got a crystal. And as soon as I started working with crystal, it was Motivite. Motivite supposedly can do like life transformation stuff. It can help you see symbology and symbols in everyday life, and it can help bring your soul family to you. And I can tell you from experience that is absolutely the case. Little voice in my head started saying, you need to read tarot cards. That's interesting. You see that blue light going across right there? I never even noticed that. But the voice in my head said you should start reading tarot, and it's like, that's weird. I have a voice in my head. And then my best friend, he started working in the restaurant I work with a couple weeks later, and he told me one day when I was helping him wash dishes that I should read tarot cards. And it's like, okay, I gotta go find the deck now. And this was it. Like, there's the High Priestess, the first card I ever pulled when I did a reading. I was one of those people that slept with the deck, particularly this deck, under my pillow for a week before I even opened it and touched it. There is the High Priestess. There is the Fool. Like, look how beautiful. That Six of Swords. Like, this deck is like nothing else. Every time I see it, every time I work with it, I'm reminded of the reason why I fell in love with this deck. It's not specific people. There's people, obviously, but it's like silhouettes of people. That Ace of Pentacles, how gorgeous is that? The colors and everything in this deck. And it's still available. It's mass markets. You can absolutely find it. That Magician, that light, that rainbow, that power, that passion and everything. Yeah, there's no I go through this deck. I have so many decks at this point in my collection. And there's none that kind of like really just speak like this one. It's so unique. It's so interesting. And they're all upright too, which is cool because none of the other decks have been upright. But like I don't even know how to explain it. The colors, the illustrations and everything, they're so different. It's an absolutely incredible deck. He's made a Lenormand deck too. I don't have that one yet, but if it's just the same, like just illustrations and everything, that just enthusiasm and excitement and that spark of inspiration that is within each and every one of these cards. Like, check out that Ten of Wands. That Ten of Wands is like, you've got an insect on your back. You feel overwhelmed. Like, life is just stressing you out. Like, that just speaks volumes, doesn't it? Every single one of these cards. Like, check out that Queen of Wands. That's the one that's on the side of the box, and it's the one that I always like to look at. It's my favorite queen because she's the passionate. She's astrally connected to Aries. She has that passion and enthusiasm. Leo energy with the King of Wands, and he's that fire, and he's got those lions and everything. Yes, Christopher Butler thought of everything with this deck. It is beautiful. It is all inclusive, and I'm just kind of throwing the cards, aren't I? But you see all those different Nine of Cups right there. Jack jumped over the candlestick, right? Just showing that passion, to follow your wishes and your dreams. You do see the like Ten of Cups, the happy family. You've got the parents right there, and you have the kids and everything. But it doesn't show like, exactly mother, father, son, and daughter. It just shows four people enjoying each other's company. Every single one of these, I just can't get over how much I love this deck. And it's been, first deck. It's the one I've had forever. Like, you might even see the cards are, slightly like warped and everything because this is before I got any other decks, this was the deck that I read with every single day. This is the deck I learned from, that first deck. That first deck you get is the one that stays in your heart the longest. If you want to let me know what I'd love to know what your first deck was, if you want to put that in the comments. Little white book right here. It's not all that useful. You do have the meanings right here, and there's like paragraphs about them, so you know it can help. I bought a Kindle book when I first started reading the tarot, and I think it was called like The Only Tarot Book You Will Ever Need or something like that, and that is how I learned. I'd draw a card and I'd read what the card meant, and it just kind of grew from there. And that's all that tarot is. If you want to learn it, if you're watching this video and it's like, I'm ready for that, I want to get into reading tarot, go for it. Learn from like social media and stuff, see how other people read it, get a book, buy a book, get those cards every day, buy a journal, write down what you like. You can use your phone too, like in the notes and everything like that, or your computer, and just type it out in like Microsoft Word or a note on your computer. Just, you know, to get that energy running. See how it connects to your everyday. Okay, I have 2 more decks to share with you, so let's get right to it. Another deck that I think is all-inclusive and beautiful is the Animistic Tarot, created by Willow Faye. Now, why is this deck awesome and wonderful and inclusive? Much like the reason of many others that I've shared with you today, a few others at least, it does not have any people in it, and that is awesome. Like there, you see the Knight of Pentacles, that soldier that puts in the work no matter how boring it is, just continuing to work. It shows us that we can work as well. Like, it's so animistic. It's like that connection to earth. Not necessarily a deck that's like for beginners. A lot of these aren't. Like I said, the Tarot Disassembled that I shared first. Sorry about that. The Tarot Disassembled that I shared first definitely is one that I would recommend for beginners. But if you're looking for that inclusive deck, one that just kind of speaks for itself in a whole differently unique way, this is one that I would definitely recommend. Like, look at the tree in the Eight of Swords, trapped in everything. Like, it speaks of like how we want to help humanity, help the earth, and we just don't know how. But if you look behind that tree doesn't have any swords behind it, so we can't free ourselves from the prisons of our minds. Queen of Wands, the star, it shows like the Aurora Borealis, the Four of Swords. You'd freeze your butt off, I feel like, if you slept in the woods and everything, but it's like taking that silence that comes with a snowfall. There's the Five of Wands, and just kind of chaos and immaturity. That Temperance card, the colors of it and everything are gorgeous. Five of Swords right there, you know, broken off, but one still stays a victor. This deck, like, it's, for one, the sides right there. Blue, gorgeous sides and everything, but the inclusion of this deck, this connection to earth and everything, it's so just gorgeous, unique, and original thinking. And you know, Willow Faye has created something magical right here. Like, I love the backgrounds and everything of this deck. Like, look at that hermit right there, and that glow of that acorn within, taking that time to look within to learn the secrets of our souls. Four of Pentacles, you've got all those pentacles and everything connected. The Eight of Wands, it's all those passions and everything coming together. It kind of reminds you of that Eight of Wands I showed you from the Wild Unknown Tarot, that Queen of Cups. How gorgeous is that card? Six of Wands, every single one of these is absolutely gorgeous. And you can tell I use it a lot because I saw my hair in there. Ha! The Devil is right there. It's like trapped, that prison that we talked about with the Eight of Swords, but much more powerful. Those distractions and everything with the Devil. There's the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, that lightning bug, that firefly, taking passion and enthusiasm. Yes, I see like cat hair and everything. I use this deck all the time, and I just got it recently, but I love it. It is one of my all-time favorites. I think all of my decks, I'm not kidding, are like my favorites. They're like they're people almost. They can have conversations with them. You can enjoy them, just what they have to share with you, because they share different. Every single illustration, every single deck has something different to offer you. Check out the jellyfish and the Knight of Cups. I love it. I love the energy of this deck and just the different illustrations that it shares. It's so inclusive. It reminds us that we are included on this earth, no matter how we think, what we believe, or who we love. Just be true to you. Yes, the Animistic Tarot, definitely a deck I definitely would recommend. I will put a link in the description below where you can purchase it for your own collection if you want to do that. Just check out the backs and everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. Highly recommend, and highly exclusive as well. Get it back in the box. Box is really, really well built. You know, it keeps that deck safe, and it's got those little side things. See? So if you're careful with the box, you know, it will be careful with your deck. I like the magnet on the side too, because it just kind of clicks and goes in. Now I'm going to have trouble getting them in the box. We've got it. Just a little shimmy and shake to get them in there. If I can. Now it doesn't want to do it. Ha! Maybe little side things, not such a good idea, because it's kind of difficult to get it in the box. I think it doesn't help with my setup on my table either, because, you know, I only have so much room. There we go. Animistic Tarot by Willow Faye. Highly recommend. Very inclusive, very different, and very unique. Okay, last but not least, it's it's even told it's only for this, you know, entertainment and stuff, but it is the tarot cards from Spirit Halloween. Now, the reason I picked this deck, the reason that I love this deck, it's for one, it's that holographic stuff. Isn't that gorgeous, the way that it just sparkles and everything? This is the deluxe version, you know. In a couple months, I'd say around, I think it's like late August and September, the Spirit Halloween stores come around America. They might come in Canada too, I'm not sure, but this is one of the decks that they sell. You can find it online as well. They have the regular, which I have, and they have this one. And this one, just look at the rainbows on it. It's so pretty, that hands and everything. And it does, I think the original is for entertainment purposes only, but I've read with this deck before. It makes sense. It works so well. But that rainbow, it's not that wonderful on camera. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful deck. And there are people in this deck, but they're not people at all. They're cryptids. They're fairies. They're Frankenstein. Kraken. Page of Swords is the Headless Horseman. Like, and the rainbows and everything of this deck. The illustrations are so much fun. Like, there's the Hermit, which is the Yeti. A Salamander as the Ace of Wands. The Three of Swords. Three of Swords is an alien. How cool is that? The Satyr is the Page of Cups. An Elf. An elf is the Two of Pentacles. A shaman is the Five of Pentacles. Like, maybe there's no particular reason or idea behind why who is who. Not necessarily, definitely not a beginner's deck, I would say, but the illustrations are so much fun. Like, the Cyclops is the Two of Wands, you know, making the choice, having that one eye focus on what you want, but another eye, you know, you don't have it, so you're not as focused. But that rainbow, I love this deck. It's so fun. It's so gorgeous. And, you know, it's just reminds us the different, weird is beautiful. You know, it has that rainbow and everything just shining on every single card, despite the fact that you might comment on this video that you can't tell who anybody is because it's just kind of dark. But, you know, that's not the point to me. It's about sharing inclusivity and, like, just believing in magic and seeing all the weird stuff that is in life and appreciating. Like, there's the Ten of Pentacles with the Minotaur, those myths, those histories and everything. Beautiful, beautiful. The High Priestess is the Fortune Teller, which makes total sense. Orc is the King of Cups. The Giant Whale is the Ace of Cups. Gorgon is the Queen of Cups. Very pretty snake right there. The Imp is the Hanged Man. The Devil is a demon. You know, they could have just made the devil, but hey, demon works. Mummy is the Seven of Wands. Six of Wands is the Jenny Greenith? I guess that is a character from mythology. Dragon is the Ten of Wands. A Barbarian is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Pentacles is a warrior. Lilith herself, I love the story of Lilith. She is my favorite story of, like, history. It's so empowering, you know? I'm not going to be subservient to you. Peace out. I'm going to go do my own thing. The Witch is the Three of Cups. The King of Pentacles is a leprechaun. I love that. It's so cute. The Harpy is the Six of Swords. Inquisitor is the Wheel of Fortune. A Brownie is the Three of Wands. Chimera is the Five of Wands. Kali, you know, Kali from, I believe it's Eastern religion. I can't remember what it's called right now. Hare Krishna's. My mind is going blank with that. But Kali right there with all of her, like, you know, heads and everything. Zombie is the Eight of Pentacles. Justice is a Valkyrie. The Phoenix is the sun. Basilisk. There we go. Basilisk is the Nine of Swords. The World is an Arboros. Love that. We talked about the Arboros earlier with the Tarot Disassembled, didn't we? Unicorn is the Two of Cups. Pegasus was the other one that looked like that, but I don't remember. I think it was the Eight of Swords. So interesting right there. Gremlins is the Seven of Pentacles. Don't have the cards right. The Four of Cups is the Ghoul. The Ghost is the Two of Swords, you know, Ghoul and Ghost right there. Dryad is the Queen of Pentacles. Strength is the Manicore. The Angel is the Five of Swords. The Fool is right there, and it's just, he's the Fool. He's the jester. He's the fun, whimsical. I'm taking this idea and I'm running with it. Quetzalcoatl is the Ace of Swords. I don't know who that is. We'd have to look that up. Gollum is the Six of Wands. Vampire is the Four of Swords, which makes sense, rest and reflection, and that's what they do during the day, right? Amazon is the Queen of Swords right there. The Seven of Cups is Nessie. The Magician is a Warlock. Griffin is the Ten of Swords. There's Death. Death is Death, the man from the River Styx. I cannot remember who he is, but he's the one that drives the boat, so that makes total sense right there. The Page of Pentacles is right there as Baron Samedi, which looks like a character from the Day of the Dead, so that's probably what that is. Fairy is the Four of Wands. The King of Wands is Anubis. The Seven of Swords is the Cannibal. The Centaur is the Chariot, which makes sense right there. Eight of Wands is the Hydra. A Dwarf is the Three of Pentacles. A Succubus is the Lovers right there. Necromancer is the Page of Wands. Arcane is the Six of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups is Leviathan. Cerebus is Judgment right there. Sphinx is the Emperor. Yeah, that's been around for so long, the Sphinx has. So that makes total sense to me for the Emperor. Jinn or Gwyn or whoever Gynn is the Knight of Cups. You know, oh, a genie. You look at that illustration, you've got the lamp and everything, so it's the genie. Yes, I apologize that this deck is so hard to see because of the holograms and everything, but it's a very, very inclusive deck. It's very unique. It's very weird. And if you find yourself on the website of Spirit Halloween or in a Spirit Halloween in the coming months and you see this deck, buy it. I think it's surprisingly cheap. This is the deluxe edition, so it might be more. But the original edition, definitely easier to see. So, you know, if holographic isn't your thing, you've got the Mermaid and the Viking right there for the Five of Cups and the King of Swords. But if holographic things are not your scene, then, you know, you've got the original version too that is always available in those stores as well. My favorite store ever. Like every time it comes around, I get so excited for it. You know the tablecloth right here that I share in every single video? It came from Spirit Halloween. That's where I got it at. Most of my decorations for my tarot business came from Spirit Halloween and Michael's. Michael's, I think, is where I got this flag too. Because, you know, Halloween, they sell like so much stuff for different holidays and everything. Pride Month, they had those things. The week after Pride Month, they had it for like 75% off, I think. So maybe wait and then you can use it for the next year. But this deck, really cool. And you see like down here, you've got even the Aquarius symbol right there. So, because the King of Swords is astrologically connected to Aquarius, so there are little things here that connect them to their zodiac signs. Like there's the M for Scorpio, and it's on many of them. Like the Ace of Pentacles, it doesn't have any specific sign or zodiac or planet or zodiac connected to, so it doesn't. But the Four of Pentacles astrologically connected to Capricorn, and there you can see the little Capricorn symbol. So they are right there. So you can take that, and it could be a beginner's deck if you've begun with astrology first, and you know all those symbols and everything, and the energies behind all the decks. But speaking of decks, those were the decks that I wanted to share with you that I feel are very inclusive to everyone. You know, if you're looking for that deck that isn't the Rider-Waite-Smith and you want something different and unique, I think all of these decks have something to offer. Again, Spirit Halloween Deluxe Tarot cards is one that I showed you. Healing Light Tarot, my personal first deck that I ever received. You've got that one right there. Outsider Tarot by Bobby Abates. You've got that one too, reminding us that outsiders are beautiful. Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kronz is right there. The Animistic Tarot by Willow Faye is right there. And let me get I set the Tarot Disassembled back away. But there we go. Tarot Disassembled, of course. The first one I shared, and probably my favorite for inclusion. I love the symbology and everything on this deck. But really, embrace that. Embrace that weirdness, that uniqueness, that queerness, and just be true to who you are, because you matter and you are beautiful, my friend. If you're looking for a fantastic read, you know, that just different perspectives of different tarot readers and everything, then I highly recommend. I'm talking too fast and I'm getting tongue-tied. I highly recommend Tarot in Other Words by Cassandra Snow and the 9 other members of the tarot community and the queer community that have put their opinions and their stories and their light and love into each page of this book. It's awesome. It's produced by what's the word I'm looking for? It's published by, you see that symbol right there? Wiser Books. Wiser Books has amazing collection of books. They have amazing people that they work with and everything. And I know I'll put a link in the description below of where you can purchase any of these if they are still available. Like I said, Outsider Tarot might not be available anymore, but I will see. You know, any deck is available if you know where to look. Like, I bet eBay has a bunch of those decks. But these are, again, my opinion on the decks for inclusion. Opinions for just embracing, you know, the uniqueness within and not being afraid of that. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. If you want a reading with any of the decks that I've shared in this video, just comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that is available. I'll put those links in the description below. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be true to you. Don't let anybody else tell you that you can't be who you are. And love who you love. You matter. You are worth it. And be proud, you know. It's just to be unique and be you. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.